thought that was a very unique pick.
How we doing, everybody? February
Podcast.
10th, the year of our Lord, 2026. It is a bittersweet night for Kyle and I. It is the final episode of the Picks podcast for the 2025 season. Oh, man.
2026 season.
2025-26 season. Kyle, how you doing tonight?
I'm cold.
It's cold.
My hand
It is
hurts.
cold again.
I tripped at work, hurt my hand.
Yeah, you told me this. So
I did.
I would recommend not doing that in the future.
My Super Bowl pick was wrong. Sad.
I had quite a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We made a lot of money. We did a lot of good things, and we got the pick right. Most importantly, we got the pick right. And I kind of nailed it. I kind of nailed the outcome of this.
I think the entire public nailed it. I think almost everybody had Seattle.
I don't know if they had 4.5 though.
I think almost that was the highest spread bet, like percentage wise, ever
really?
for the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Well, I'm wrong.
think at least I think it was 70 to 75% of all bets for the spread were Seattle minus 4.5.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't unwarranted as we saw. I mean, clearly there was some method to the madness. You know, with everything that went on. I remember when a certain football team from Seattle was starting off this season. They were just 3-2 to begin the year, but damn did they look good. They looked so good, in fact, that they only lost one more game the entire rest of the season. They finished 14-1 with 10 straight victories. And now, Kyle, the Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl 60 champions. Congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks on a phenomenal season. Congratulations to Sam Darnold. I mean, Super Bowl MVP or Super Bowl champion Sam Darnold still doesn't sound real. It just sounds fabricated.
Nah.
The
QB best, the greatest quarterback of all time. He's back.
Did you see the thumbnail? I gave him the geek size again.
Yeah,
I had to.
He's the geek.
It's a callback to last year. We're gonna get
all the haters, all the doubters wrong. All praise the Geebus.
All praise the Geekbus. I really just oh, that's why we don't have any viewers. We're fucking private.
Wow.
What the hell?
Wow, Spotifyers.
That's crazy. That's so dumb. I literally updated it. Yeah, no, we've started already. Don't worry. I'm just at a loss right now for words.
Jesus.
Now people are just starting to see this. This is crazy. I can't believe that. My bad.
We're 50 minutes late.
That's my bad. All right. So I don't know why the stream settings defaults to private, even though I literally
like your default settings.
No, I've changed the default setting is the thing. Like I've changed it so many times now, and it just keeps going to private, and I don't know why. All right, well we're public now. Maybe I should put out a little something. Oh man. All right. Well, we've got a lot to discuss today. Obviously, we've got the we've got the Super Bowl to talk about. That happened this weekend. This happened on Sunday. We've got some coaching news to discuss. We've got the awards, Kyle, the awards. I mean, I know we pretty much went over this already, but there were some surprises with the outcomes of the voting.
No, we literally got it all correct when we were announcing it yesterday. Last week.
Oh, we got it all right.
Yeah, because all the votes were in. Like Kalshi basically was like 99% for all the things.
Freaking Kalshi. Yo, did you hear about this thing with Giannis and Kalshi?
Oh yeah, it's like God.
Can you explain this to me? Because I only heard about it.
So Kalshi is basically a predictions market, which it's not the same as like a sports website, like sports betting, like your DraftKings, FanDuel, all that. That's technically a casino, so it's regulated by the gaming and gambling, like the gaming and whatever commission. So you have to abide by like the casino rules and the tax laws and all that crap. Technically, Kalshi and the prediction markets find a loophole where they're technically governed by like the FCC because they're technically like a trading commission because you're technically trading shares. So like if I'm trading, saying that, let's say for Giannis, for example, that he's leaving whatever, the Bucks.
Right.
I can only bet that as long as there's other people that are willing to bet the other thing happens, and then based on what happens, the people get paid out, and the market like moves fluidly based on how much money is poured in on each side. And then the obvious Kalshi takes like a percentage of that as like a stockbroker, more or less.
That's crazy.
So that's kind of how it works, which is like weird, and I really don't get it, and I also don't want to get it because then I'm gonna get sucked into it.
Yeah, right.
But like, yeah, that's based. So it's like kind of that's why Kalshi is available in like every state versus like the gambling stuff. That's not available in every state because it's governed by different laws.
So what was the thing with Giannis?
So Giannis, on Kalshi, one of the highest traded predictions markets was whether or not he was
going to get traded.
Yeah, and he was fueling the rumors and stuff, and it was generating a lot of buzz for Kalshi. And then he announced like he wasn't going to get traded, and then like the next day after the deadline, he announced that he's an investor with Kalshi.
Whoa! And nothing came of this.
Nothing has came of it so far,
bro. That's like
the NBA doesn't give a crap. NBA sucks.
Well,
NBA is the worst of the 4 professional major sports.
100% agree.
I hate the NBA.
100% agree. Number one. Number two, that is like the definition of conflict of interest.
Yeah.
And number three, he should get sued up the wazoo.
He should, but he won't because the NBA doesn't give a crap.
Yeah.
If somebody in the NFL did this, Roger Goodell would banish them to the shadow realm.
I mean, Roger would do something about it. He absolutely would. Roger absolutely would do something about it.
Banished to the shadow realm.
That's nuts, dude. Yeah, this is why we stick with football, because football is just unequivocally better than basketball. I was just interested on this Kalshi thing because I heard there were like so many bets for the Super Bowl on Kalshi. Like you could bet on whether people were there or not. Like that's
the problem with Kalshi is that it's not regulated. I think with the game, like the regulations for the casinos, they can only like allow certain kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like they can't allow stuff that like can obviously be insider traded, but Kalshi doesn't really give a crap. So like they can bet on like I know you've told me about your one buddy who bet a lot on Mark Wahlberg not being there.
Yeah, right.
There was a frat house I saw that like pooled all their money together. That was like $40,000, like $20,000 to $40,000. I don't remember the exact amount, and like that he was gonna be there because their friends, girlfriends, mom's friend said he was gonna be there, and then he wasn't.
A friend of a friend of a friend. Oh, so they got it wrong.
They got the bad source.
Oof.
Rats. They got it wrong. They lost all the money.
That's crazy. All right, let's get into this week in football. Enough about betting. Well, I guess we could talk about our bets in a little bit. Ones that hit, ones that didn't. Coaching news. Jim Schwartz resigns as Browns defensive coordinator. So I know that he was reportedly upset that he didn't get the head coaching job. He was a finalist for the position. And then he spoke with Todd Monken, right? Todd Monken, I didn't take this job because of Jim Schwartz, Todd Monken, about potentially staying in 2026, but apparently he's made up his mind. So he's going to take 2026 off, I heard, according to Mike Garafolo. One of the best DCs in football. I can't imagine this is it for Jim Schwartz. And a little birdie told me, a.k.a. the KB Grapevine.
The KB Grapevine.
Maybe a 2027 reunion in Philadelphia is possible if Vic Fangio ends up, retiring.
Crazy. He probably will.
Yeah, so when did this Vic Fangio retiring become like a substantial thing? I didn't.
They came like 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. And then, like, all of a sudden, they were like, "No, he's gonna stay." And then, like, then there was the whole deal with oh my god, how am I blanking on the name already?
Jeff Stoutland.
Jeff Stoutland. Yeah. And then they were like, "Yeah, he's definitely staying to like lighten the load on the Eagles fans."
I would say a little bit, and I hope I'm glad he did for one, because that would have been like a gut punch and then like a nut punch and back-to-back swings. Yeah, I don't imagine Jim Schwartz is going to be out of football for very long. I mean, he won the Super Bowl in 2017 with the Eagles. He's led the Browns for the last few years. They've had one of the best defenses in football year in and year out. this is going to be a hot commodity in 2027. So definitely need to watch. We've got Cliff Kingsbury joining the Rams coaching staff as an offensive assistant. It was weird to me that he didn't get any looks for an offensive coordinating position. But he's with Sean McVay now, so they've just added another good football mind to that Rams team. They're gonna be low. They're gonna be set for the next decade. I promise you that.
Yeah, they got some first round picks.
They have 2 first rounders next year. Holy smokes!
Yeah, they got the Lambs.
Oh, that's right.
Alluding to another news story.
Oh yeah. So there's actually two. I actually have 2 news stories. I'll get to the lighthearted one first. So, the Falcons plan to release their best quarterback, Kyle, aka Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins.
So this was something that we were gonna save for the offseason talk in about a month or so, but this is the first major decision of the offseason for Atlanta. So they seem to be backing up Michael Penix in the long run here. I think it's noteworthy because Penix was only 2-5 as a starter this year, as opposed to Kirk Cousins, who was 5-5. Crazy to me.
And Michael Penix is coming off his 3rd ACL tear in his career.
It's just wild to me. Like, that is the direction they've decided to head in. It's very, very shocking to me that they're like literally. I think the mistake is staring them right in the face, and they're just like, nah, double down. It's like
maybe
when you're
they'll get Tua. Maybe they'll get.
I don't know.
Kevin Stefanski was able to have two Pro Bowl quarterbacks on his roster, so I think he can get another one.
2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks on his roster. Penix was a Pro Bowl.
He had Joe Flacco and he had Shedeur Sanders.
Joe Flacco. Oh my gosh, Shedeur. I forgot about. Wait, Flacco was named to the Pro Bowl this year?
Yes, Flacco was a Pro Bowler this year.
What the hell?
Let's say Pro Bowlers were Flacco, Joe Burrow, and Shedeur.
So, like, none of the quarterbacks were Pro Bowlers this year.
Yeah, all the AFC quarterbacks were either hurt or lame.
That's crazy.
Or in the Super Bowl.
Tell me about the other thing that happened with Atlanta, because this one's a little bit more interesting.
This is nutty. So, at the NFL Honors, James Pierce, Atlanta traded the first round pick for him. He had 10.5 sacks as a rookie. Very good guy. His mom, even at NFL Honors, hit a whole speech about how great of a guy he was. And then no less than 48 hours later, the man is arrested for allegedly charging his ex-girlfriend, because she broke up with him, with his Lamborghini, and then evading the police. And then he had to get tackled down by like 5 police officers.
Jesus.
And he got arrested, and he's in jail.
So I have the counts. So it's 2 counts of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, aggravated stalking, and fleeing/eluding police. The victim is, I didn't know this at the time, but the victim is WNBA player Rickea Jackson. So she's a sports person as well. And yeah, so like
he saw the footage of him getting taken down. It took like 7 cops.
Well, yeah, dude, he's a defensive,
7 cops
literally defensive lineman. He's literally a built man, dude. So not a good
10.5 sacks as a rookie.
Not a good start to the season or to the off season for Atlanta, I would say. This is not.
Also, I think like a day before it all happened, Atlanta posted like a slide of him, and it was like sack them all.
Oh God.
It's bad.
Oh God.
It's still up, I think, too.
Oh, come on, James. What are we doing? What are we doing, James? Take that shit off. We got to take that off.
No, his mom talking about how great of a character he was, like less than 48 hours before. Him going from the NFL Honors to jail in 48 hours is incredible speed.
That's a wild turnaround.
Incredible.
We've also got, I don't know if you saw this one, Keon White, 49ers player, got shot in San Francisco.
I did see this. Yes,
at a stripper party after an alleged argument with Lil Baby. Ooh, crazy. Yeah, so no suspects were named.
Lil Baby got a gun.
There was a witness there that said, Lil Baby's entourage was jawing at Keon White, and then he went to go ask for some help from a manager, and then he heard two gunshots fired, and they said Keon White was shot in the left leg. Again, no suspects were named. But apparently when police arrived at the scene, there were, quote, scantily dressed women picking up dollar bills off the ground and fleeing the scene. Ooh. Thus why stripper party was in the title of this headline. So
You could say someone shot their load too early.
A little bit. So I hope Keon White gets better. Yeah. It's a good one, Kyle. It's a good one.
That was a solid one.
All right, what else do I got? Oh, coaching new. I think we mentioned this last week, but Mike LaFleur to the Cardinals.
If we did, I don't know. It doesn't matter that much. We also
Brother
mentioned
of Matt.
Kim Kubiak, but it wasn't official. But now it's official.
Right.
Kim Kubiak, new head coach of the Raiders, signed a 5-year deal.
Correct. Dude, 5 years. Is that like not a lot? Like, is that like way more
No,
than I
it's
feel
kind
like
of standard, to be honest.
5?
Sometimes
Really?
when the coaches get fired, they get like they're getting paid for like at least like 2-3 years.
Really?
Like if they get fired early. That's why Aaron Glenn didn't get fired. That's why what's his name isn't fired. Zach Taylor, because Mike Brown, the owner of the Bengals, is so cheap he doesn't want to pay him if he's not working.
Well, I feel like what's going on in Cincinnati is also like not completely his fault as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that like
I don't think Zach Taylor is that good of a coach.
I think he's an okay coach. I think he's pretty.
Taylor without Joe Burrow is garbage. Have you looked at his win-loss record without Joe Burrow?
The team is garbage.
Yeah,
the team around him.
Part of that's the coach
is garbage. Yeah, I mean it's a fair point. I did see Mike LaFleur brought in Nathaniel Hackett as the offensive coordinator. So Hack Attack back in business. Oh, nothing gets me more excited than Nathaniel Hackett.
Who got? I heard a little rumor. Let me double check where he went. But I heard that Adam Gase is back in the NFL.
Adam Gase
joining the Chargers as an offensive assistant.
Adam Gase
worked with great quarterbacks such as Peyton Manning, Jay Cutler, and Sam Darnold.
Dude, Adam Gase. I love how the first pictures I should say that show up when I Google Adam Gase it's the one of him in the hat where he's like making like the Obama.
The bug eyes?
No. So the second one's the bug eyes. The first one is the picture of him making the not bad face that Obama did. Remember the not bad meme?
Oh yeah.
He's just got his mouth drawn across his face.
Yeah.
Adam Gase is
back. The
bug
eyes.
Yeah, no, that's my favorite picture. The bug eyes one.
He's the pass game coordinator for the Chargers.
Passing game? Yeah, he probably shouldn't be in charge of anything else. just stick to passing, Adam. Remember he was the supposed quarterback whisperer. God bless. He was the quarterback whisperer for a number of years, remember?
Yeah, he was, because he worked with Peyton Manning.
Yeah, right. So I feel like it was more so Peyton Manning whispering in Adam Gase's ear.
Yeah.
All right. Finally, I've got the Ravens. I wanted to touch on them real quick. They hired a new OC and a new DC. So the DC is Anthony Weaver, former Dolphins defensive coordinator. And the new OC, who I'm actually really excited for, I think this is a really good hire, Declan Doyle from Chicago. Chicago did a lot of good things on offense this year. I think the Ravens.
Young guy though has not called plays.
So I don't know who's calling plays. I don't know. I would assume Jency Minter is going to be calling the defensive plays since he's a defensive coach. And I assume Declan Doyle will get reins over the offense. So, but I did really like the whole, because they had Caleb on the run a lot this year. They were rolling him out of the pocket. I think Ben Johnson was calling the plays, but I'm sure Declan Doyle had at least something to do with the offense and the flow of the game and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I don't expect it to be that much of a divergence from what they've been trying to do with Caleb for the last couple of years. It's just, they had Shane Waldron, who wasn't watching film with Caleb Williams 2 years ago. So bit of an issue. But I like it. I like the hire. So it'll be interesting to see what direction the Ravens take next year. All right, Kyle. Super Bowl LX. Super Bowl 60.
Here, I have a recap of Super Bowl 60.
Yeah, sure.
As we know, we've been doing the Drake Make plays all week. And, to symbolize the Patriots in Super Bowl 60, I have a glazed donut.
Hey, shout out Tony.
I'm going to be Seattle defense.
It's a great recap.
That's the recap of the game.
Wow. What a delicious game. Did you warm it up for 12 seconds like it says to do on the box? Oh, dude. Oh, my God. Forget about it. Cup of tea with that.
Even cold is pretty good.
Oh, the Krispy Kreme is just quintessentially the best donut in the world. It really is. So we had someone say, "I wish that was that. I wish you were that donut right now," or he wishes he was that donut right now.
Who said that? In the comments?
Some guy.
There you go.
You have a secret admirer. Weekends with friends, I think his username is. I gotta get this. I gotta get my my live chat bigger. There we go.
There you go.
So Super Bowl 60.
That was the Super Bowl 60, guys.
That's a delicious game, dude. What a delicious game.
Yeah.
Oh, why are my notes being this big?
Oh, halfway through I should have started speaking Spanish and then finished the donut. There you go.
Yeah. Correct. Well, we're gonna get into the whole halftime show and all the other things and whatnot. But let's start with the what?
Let's start with the actual Drake McGlaze. Because shout out to
Ben. Yeah. Go ahead.
The team lost, but he still came through with the glaze.
I gotta say, that's a big win for Ben right there. Because I wasn't expecting anything. I wasn't expecting to hear from Ben. We thought Ben was on hiatus for the rest of 2026. Big shout out to Ben for actually coming.
Big shout out to Ben. Yeah, that's a dedicated loser right there.
Correct.
Here we go. Ben's Drake McGlaze. Still going to glaze this team. Sad way to end it, but still a great season nonetheless, especially given the expectations for this group coming into the year. That being said, the team had some obvious weakness this year, particularly on offensive line, which they were able to overcome for most of the season, but the Seahawks clearly exploited and were deserving champions. One team loses the Super Bowl every year, and of course it sucks to be that team, but I'm excited to see what this QB and coach combo will do for the Pats going forward. I love Drake May. Go Pats.
I mean, I don't think he could have put it better any other way. And look, I know the whole right. So I know Jack Campbell was getting grilled after the game, and so was Jared Wilson.
I will say every QB in their second year to go to the Super Bowl has never been
back. Yeah, so they've never been back. So we'll see if Drake May can buck the trend here. Look, I know Jack was getting grilled, and I know Jared Wilson was getting grilled. Look, these guys are rookies. You heard Vrabel after the game too. It's like, they're both rookies. They're 22 years old. We drafted these guys, really high picks. They're not going anywhere. I mean, it's so obvious.
To be honest, I think they should have probably shut Will Campbell down for a while, but I mean, already made the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, look,
hindsight.
I think there's a lot to be said when you guys.
I think it hurt his confidence a lot too. Like, he was not available for the media after the game.
Yeah, which he did apologize for afterwards. He was like, I think he said he didn't want to say like the wrong thing or something. Look, he's a good guy. I think he had a solid rookie year.
He's got short arms.
He's just gotta work on the
short arms.
Work on the footwork. Yeah, they said Ben was missing the most glaring weakness, Drake May's footwork. I don't disagree with that either. And look, yeah, there is a lot to be said about the poor performance from the offensive line, but I think as a unit, right, they were just kind of lackluster this entire postseason. So the official total of number of sacks, Kyle, was actually 6. They went back.
There was a sack correction.
They went back and I mean, come on, for being real, like it's probably like 8 or 9, to be honest. It really is. I mean, they just got so dominated the whole entire game. And look, I mean, it is what it is, right? It's a rookie performance, but like, we knew this was gonna happen, sort of. Like, I kind of said the whole antithesis of this game rested on the fact that the Patriots don't have a deep O-line. They haven't had a deep O-line the whole year. And you add on to that, you're going up against one of the best defenses, if not the best defensive unit in football this season. And I think it just kind of culminated at the wrong time for New England. I really do.
Yeah.
So let's get into the game, right? We had the opening drive for Seattle, the Jason Myers field goal. I thought Darnold actually missed JSN, right? And I want to talk about Darnold. Do you have Darnold's stat line? Can you pull it up?
Let me pull it up real quick. I'll pull it up.
Yeah. So I gotta say, and I know that this has kind of been obvious the rest of the whole year. Darnold did not play well in this game. I do not think he played well. I don't think he played well. I think he missed. He had a lot of misses. I thought the pressure.
Darnold finished the day 19 for 38, so 50% completion percentage, which was the 4th lowest by a Super Bowl winning QB.
Yikes.
3rd if you count. Actually, no, 4th excluding Johnny Unitas, who apparently had the lowest, but he only played like a half before getting hurt. Beside the point. Anyway, 202 yards, 5.3 yards attempts, 1 touchdown, and 1 sack. QBR of 53, passer rating of 74.
Jesus.
He also had 2 attempts for 5 yards rushing. With a long of 11.
That was just...
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I don't think...
I think the long was like the kneel down or whatever.
Right, well, yeah, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like, I don't think he played well either. I think there was a lot of meat left on the bone, for lack of a better word. Right, so I think from the get-go, you kind of just knew this was going to be a defensive game, right? Seattle got the field goal on the opening drive. Patriots did, they could not move the ball. I think, May had 48 yards passing at the half. I think as a team, they had less than 60 yards as a team. Like, it was crazy.
It was pretty bad.
It was really, really bad. I mean, the Seattle defense was just electrifying. They had 2 sacks in the first quarter. There were 4 pressures, and they really didn't slow down for the rest of the half. Now, I got to say so the Patriots held their own, though, in the first half, right? So they were blitzing. I think at Next Gen Stats, they said it was like 65% of Darnold's dropbacks that he got blitzed on. I feel like they were blitzing every single play, which is kind of what they had to do, right? I think their whole goal was to just kind of, and I think both teams' goal at the end of the day was just to kind of disrupt the timing of each quarterback.
Similar to the plan for both these guys. It was whoever they were trying to force mistakes, and whoever made the mistake first, they felt was going to lose. And Sam Darnold, despite, you could argue he didn't play well, but you could argue he played very well. He didn't have any mistakes. That's winning football.
But you and I know
he did not have a single turnover the entire postseason.
Look,
which is ridiculous.
I know it's only 3 games as opposed to 4. Most teams play 4, but
in the postseason, the best in the postseason.
Correct.
To go 3 games with no turnovers, that's impressive. For a quarterback that's known to turn the ball over,
I think there's a lot to be said. I think there's a lot to be said for a team that doesn't. Yeah, for a guy that does have a bit of a turnover issue this year. Like I said, Darnold was 3rd in the league in this year in interceptions. So I feel like the Patriots' game plan was good. And there were some throws that Darnold made where you kind of just like, your butthole kind of clenched. And you were like, oh,
yeah. And honestly, it's a great plays by Christian Gonzalez. Oh, my God. He made some phenomenal plays as a corner. He was probably he was the MVP for New England. Granted, the game got out of hand, but he was a big reason why the game was even close going into the 4th.
So he had He had the break up on the deep ball to Rashid Shaheed in the second quarter. And then right before the half, he deflects or he breaks up another pass that went to the end zone. I think this one was a little bit behind the intended target, but he got in there and broke it up. He just
picked that off, that one in the end zone before the end of the half.
Yeah, he got really close, which could have swung some things. And I feel like if New England was able to force a turnover in the first half and maybe put up 3 points, it would have been an entirely different feeling going into the locker room. But instead, I believe it was 9-0 at halftime, right?
9-0 at halftime.
9-0 at halftime. Very low score.
I think if Christian Gonzalez got a pick there and it was 6-0 going into the half and New England getting the ball with that momentum, that could have changed things.
Yeah, it could have changed a lot of
things. Or if any of those balls that Darnold threw, or like when he almost got sacked that one time and then the ball went up in the air, I think if New England got a turnover, that's honestly the reason why New England was even in the Super Bowl. Because their offense played horrible the entirety of the playoffs.
It's kind of true.
Their defense was honestly what came in clutch. And the quarterbacks they faced made mistakes. They won the turnover battle in all 3 of their playoff games going into the Super Bowl. If they don't get the turnovers when they got them, they probably lose all 3 of those games.
Yeah.
If you look the Broncos and the Texans.
Especially, I'm saying, if you look at all 4 of the postseason games New England played in this year, they put up 16 points in a really sloppy fashion against the Chargers in the wild card round. And then in the divisional round, right, they did put up 28, and it was against a really good Texans defense. That was definitely one of the best.
Yeah, but C.J. Stroud had 5 turnovers.
Right. When you have C.J. Stroud putting you in immediate scoring opportunities throughout the entirety of the game, then makes your job a lot easier. And then they went to Denver, and I know the conditions weren't the best, but they only put up 10 points there. And they struggled to move the ball for a lot of that game. And then in the Super Bowl, right, 13 points. Most of it came in garbage time.
Arguably garbage time.
Arguably garbage time. I think the first one was kind of like,
the first one you could argue they were some life. It was honestly the two would turn the ball over of the Super Bowl goes to Drake May.
I think it has to.
Turnovers.
I think
it was the interception that, in my opinion, I think sealed the game for Seattle. I think New England had a little bit of life with that 2-point touchdown drive, and then they got the ball back right away. And they looked like they were driving, and then Drake May just chucks it deep for an interception.
Yeah.
And like Chris Collinsworth said, I got nothing for you, Matt. I got nothing for you there.
He's like, oh, I don't know about this one.
Some interesting commentary in that game.
Yeah, what'd you think of the broadcast? What'd you think?
I don't know. I think my favorite broadcast team of like the major primetime guys. I think it's Burkhardt and Brady. I think they've Brady got so much better.
Yeah, Brady got a lot better this year, I will say.
Romo's washed now. I think
dude, he kind of is. What's up with Romo?
Collinsworth's low-key kind of washed.
I think Chris Collinsworth's brain is fried. That's my opinion.
No,
I think he's like
for the onside kick. I was getting concessions at the concession stand.
Oh
my God!
Oh no,
got nothing for you.
Oh, Drake. I don't know,
Drake.
Mike Tirico's solid. I do like Mike Tirico. I think my favorite dude is honestly like besides Kevin Harlan. Kevin Harlan is my favorite.
Yeah, Kevin Harlan's great. I'm probably like the primetime guys.
Joe Davis.
Like Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, I think, are also really good.
Buck got better. Solid. Buck used to be really boring when I was growing up.
I love when Aikman's a hater.
Yeah, Aikman's not bad. Yeah, they kind of got that dichotomy going on.
Aikman hates Caleb Williams. Yeah.
I know, yeah. He's kind of got that dichotomy going on.
He's got that hater vibe.
Yeah. What were your, did you have any favorite commercials or anything?
No, I was going to save the commercials for one more thing. I low-key was not a fan of a lot of the commercials.
Yeah, I thought a lot of them sucked too.
I think some of it's like disturbing almost. Like the Ring camera commercial. With the dog, like they're disguising universal surveillance.
Bro,
we'll help you find your missing dog.
So what was it? Your fiance had her friend over, and that commercial played. So it was a Ring camera commercial, and they were like, "Oh, through recognition, we can use all people that have Ring cameras to see if there are any dogs missing. And if your dog's missing, and we recognize it on our Ring camera, we'll notify you." And they immediately were like, "Oh, that's so great! That's so awesome!" And Kyle and I immediately looked at each other, and I'm like, that is a slippery fucking slope right there. That is a slippery goddamn slope.
It's like, oh, well, we can find a missing dog. What if they're like, we want to find you?
That means they can. Yes. That means they can use.
Man. Oh my God.
They can use your camera as a literal. They can just access it whenever you want.
Yeah,
if you give them okay,
like best case scenario, whatever, use it to help find like a dog or help the police or something.
Bro,
but like somebody could hack it, like a stalker can hack the system, or like a tyrannical government could use it to get people that they don't like, and like gazpacho style. It's bad. Like, and then all the other commercials are AI. There's the one commercial which I've seen. Companies do this a little bit. There's the one Matthew Broderick one about AI and how like you can take the day off. Like, why is that a commercial? You're celebrating the fact that AI can do your job for you. What do you think that's gonna do? If all you can do is press a button to do your job now, what do you think is gonna happen? You're gonna get fired.
They don't need Matthew Broderick anymore. Then that's what
they're gonna get some like Indian guy to then do the AI for you, and they'll pay you like $1 an hour, and you get fired.
Yeah. And then you're like,
it's
wow,
insane.
I can't afford to live in America anymore. I gotta move to India.
It was all AI garbage. The spec of AI robots. There's the AI trying to sell the AI stuff.
Yeah,
then
that was
like
disturbing.
Gambling, which we've touched on enough on this pod. And then there was the Ozempic stuff. And the celebrities.
Yeah, I thought like of the advertisements that I did watch, what was it? I liked the McConaughey and Bradley Cooper, the Uber Eats.
Yeah, I like the Uber Eats, the trying to sell food.
I liked the Will Shat commercial.
That one was funny too. I did
That
like
one
that
was
one.
good. I love the Pokemon commercial because I love Pokemon. I think that was awesome. The Jurassic Park Xfinity commercial slapped.
See, that I like, but I also don't like the whole thing with that where they're just de-aging the actors. Like they did the same thing
It
with
was
the Delta
obvious.
commercial, which
Yeah,
I
it
like.
was.
But like they're trying to soft launch. Like you could argue they're soft launching like de-aging actors, like for like when
Like standardizing
later
it.
on, you know, like
Yeah.
trying to get it normalized.
Yeah, normalized. Yeah, that's the better word.
Which is like that's another slippery slope.
Because once it's okay in like major Hollywood productions, it'll be okay everywhere. It'll just
if it's okay in commercials
normal.
and stuff, I'm sure it's gonna be the new normal.
It'll
Which
just be
again, it's dystopian.
The new normal. What'd you think of halftime show?
I liked it. I didn't. I mean, not that like I don't. It's not like I heard somebody say it best. Like obviously the halftime show is kind of at this point the halftime show is really actually I would say in general it's more to bring people that like don't really watch football into watching the game.
Yeah, honestly,
and like
that's a good point.
Really, I'm not saying I don't like Bad Bunny, but I mean I don't. He's not like a guy I listen to, but I don't really care. I don't get people being like, oh, I'm not gonna watch the halftime show because I don't like the person because they're like too woke or whatever the hell. I just think that like they're just trying to bring more people into the sport, which like that's always great.
Yeah. I have somebody who's in a unique position to comment on this. Let's see if I can carry me for a little bit.
Ooh. Excited. Podcast Liz.
All right, they're coming. Yeah, I have somebody who's in a unique position to comment on the halftime show. Second generation Puerto Rican. Welcome to the show, Liz.
Podcast Liz.
Get a little closer. All right. So what did you think of the halftime show?
I really enjoyed it.
So
did you like the bush people? Did you like the people in the bushes?
Oh, here, I'll give you one. All right, ask your question. She can hear you now.
Did you like the people in the bushes?
Yes, the people that were bushes.
Yeah, the people that were bushes, the bush people.
Yes, I did like
the bush people.
Sorry, because you gave me the.
Oh, I gave you the wrong one.
You gave me the wrong ear.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. We can get connected again. Okay, wait. Now she should be able to hear you.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I did like the bush people.
Yeah. I like the bush people. I like the wedding too. That was crazy. That's an actual wedding.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, I
so wait, that was my favorite sequence. I think the wedding was definitely.
That was an actual wedding.
Well, I didn't know it at the time. I thought it was just staged because I thought it was just part of the show. But
we were debating it. when we were watching it, we was like,
we weren't sure.
Is it a real wedding? I didn't question it. I think it looked like they were really in love.
Yeah, and I liked that whole sequence, how it was like kind of like in person, like it was like a first person camera. It felt like you were like kind of there and like celebrating. Mm-hmm. What was good with the telephone poles?
I think it was just to show like the power.
That's because like the Puerto Rico's got a lot of like power issues.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like basically showing that because they tend to have a lot of power outages, and then due to the fact that it is kind of like it's hot out there.
Yeah.
And then people end up without air conditioning, so sometimes that can become like a little bit of a I don't want to say dire situation.
Right.
More of like an uncomfortable situation.
Kyle made a point earlier where he was like, my whole like he said he feels like the Super Bowl like the last few years has been like kind of just to draw people in who don't really care about football. Was that the case for you this year?
Yeah, I mean once the halftime performance was over, I went home and went to sleep. So I didn't even know who won.
Yeah. I got home.
Like I literally am like, oh, I'm leaving.
I got home and I was like, Liz, I made like $500. I got the pick right, and she's like, oh.
Yeah, it was
great.
Sleep.
What was your favorite song from the performance?
I really like the most popular one that's like there's two. There's the one where it's like I forget what the name of the song is. I'm blanking right now, but the other one is debí tirar más fotos, which is like I should have taken more pictures. And that's a beautiful song in general because it's about like your family and just being around people that no longer, like, in the future they're no longer around, so
right.
always taking the opportunity to like take pictures and just kind of live in the moment of being with people that are older, like grandparents and stuff like that. And that's a big thing in our culture is we put our grandparents on a big pedestal. I feel like that's Italian culture too, though. Like, you guys really respect your grandparents.
Elders, respect your elders.
Exactly. So I feel like it's a whole like universal thing.
Yeah.
But just in Hispanic culture, that's a big thing. Then there's another song that
my favorite.
I can't think of the name
Kiki
right now.
Pregunta?
Yeah. That's a good one too. Like, that's a classic one that a lot of people know him for. But the other one is basically in the lyrics he's saying like I can't forget you because you taught me how to dance, you taught me how to love. And I think that he's talking about, like, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's talking about like an old lover of his, but a lot of times again I see the translation of it as a family member, like somebody in your life, like my grandma, because like my grandma would grab me to like dance salsa or dance like the different things that we dance in Puerto Rico, which is like bachata, merengue, salsa, and it's a lot to do.
I've been accustomed.
Like, it basically teaches you how to dance. Like, it's funny. Like, they'll just grab you when you're a little baby and spin you and just and you. That's how you grow up, and like that's how you learn how to dance. So that's something that, and I'm very close to my grandmother, so that's something that both my grandmothers actually, but that's something that I hold really dear to my heart. So those are two of my favorite songs. But in general, there's another song that I don't think he played, and in the beginning of the song, I think it says like in my Jeep, like is the smell of your perfume. But he's called in Puerto Rico they call Jeeps guaguas. Guaguas. Like guaguas. So I always say, in a guagua. My parents were dying. They're like, you're too much. But yeah, no, it was really, really enjoyable. Like, it was beautiful. It was beautiful to see my culture up there. A lot of people didn't even know prior to this that Puerto Rico is part of the U.S.
Yeah,
Before, like years ago. Well, when I was in high school,
we can just go there, Kyle. Like, we can just go.
Yeah, like,
but honestly, when I
do that. I don't know, like, people don't know that.
Well, it's crazy because when I was in high school, people used to ask me like, "Where is that?" Like, when I used to say I was Puerto Rican, they're like, "Oh, well, where is that?" And I'd be like, "Well, it's here and it's part of the U.S." And they'd be like, "Oh, so you're a citizen?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I wasn't born there, but
So, like,
regardless if I was, like, yeah, I'd be a citizen."
They'd be like, "No, citizen adjacent." Be like, "Nah."
No, I'm actually, because we're part of the U.S.
Adjacent.
But it was beautiful. It was really beautiful to see.
Awesome.
The other really cool part is there was I don't know if you guys remember, but there was this one of the stands was I think it's the like piraguas, and it's like ice cream, but it's like a certain type of ice cream that you eat in Puerto Rico. That is because it's hot outside. It's like a icy, like it's like a icy mixed with like ice cream.
Interesting.
Thought that was amazing because I was like, oh my god, like it felt so cool to see things that I've been to the island 7-8 times and I love it. I think it's wonderful. Like, I want to go again. I'm missing it. I'm trying to go soon. In a couple months.
We're gonna go.
But yeah, no, it was beautiful. It was really beautiful. I wanted to cry. Like, that's how wonderful it felt for my culture to be on the TV like that.
I got one final question.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What more do you think the Patriots could have done to prevent them from getting mollywopped?
In all honesty, they could have
caught the ball more. Had more yardage than the Patriots.
Caught the ball more.
They could have caught the ball.
Yeah. I didn't watch, so I like literally I was on my phone until Bad Bunny came on, and then I'm like putting the volume all the way up. And then I thought it was also beautiful that he brought all the flags out. Like, I thought that was so wonderful. Like, to bring all the flags and like unite all of us, and especially like everything.
You know about him not including the Canadian flag?
I thought he did. They said he didn't. Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't look
it.
at all of them. Well, they were saying,
shot in the dark.
I saw a post where it was like, oh, like, the Canadians were so happy because they were included. But I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not the best with flags. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what every flag is. So some of the flags, I was kind of like, But I knew that they were, like, different, also Hispanic countries that he was also bringing out the flags for. He brought the American flag out. I thought that was beautiful. And just in general, with everything that's going on in the world, I'm not going to get into it completely because it's, I don't want to get political on your channel, but with everything that's going on in the world, it was really beautiful to see that he kind of brought everyone together. You don't have to understand him to understand that, like, how beautiful his music is, I feel like. And believe me, there's some songs that are a little, but the songs that he played for the most part. And then Lady Gaga, I thought that was really cool that he brought her out.
That's like your favorite song too.
Yeah, and he is a big Lady Gaga fan. So the fact that he's so big that he was able to work with her, I thought that was amazing as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for the insight, Liz.
Well, thank you so much for having me, guys. Thank you for having me. It was really nice joining you guys. All right, have a good rest of your show, love.
Thank you. Liz Marie, everybody.
Liz Marie,
resident Puerto Rican. Yeah, we're gonna go.
Great perspective.
I'm down to go. I'm so down. We've been talking about going for a very long time. We haven't made it happen. I think this year's gonna be the year. So fingers crossed. Oh, did you watch the other halftime show, the Turning Point one by chance?
I watched clips of it. I saw the president didn't even watch it. So that's
he didn't even watch it. That was his whole thing.
No, there's footage of Trump's Super Bowl party, and all the TVs are playing the Bad Bunny. He's staring at you can see him stare at the TV during the part where they're all the Latinas are shaking their booties.
Some of the clips from that.
No, I saw it. Liz is like, you should have seen some of the clips. Look. Yeah, bro, Kid Rock. Come on, man.
I thought that was the one guy saying it was like, it's tough being country.
Yeah.
I just want to drink beer and fish.
Yeah.
Like, you can do that. Like, what's stopping? That's just relatively easy goals.
Yeah, literally. Kyle's like, I do that shit on the weekends all the time.
Yeah.
No, I saw the other one. I thought it was. Look, I'm more of a band guy, so like just out of habit, that's kind of like my more preferred show anyway. Like when I was growing up, it was like, Bruce Springsteen, and I used to watch the old clips of like Queen
the Super Bowl halftime shows since like Apple Music took over, which I think was 2020.
Yeah,
I feel like they're more like before they used to be like a mix of either like an event or like a concert.
It felt like an ensemble.
They're almost like in real life music videos.
I was just gonna say they're just like I felt like I was watching a music video when I was watching.
Yeah, I felt like I mentioned during the broadcast, like I felt bad for the people who, well, not too bad because they must be well off if they can afford Super Bowl tickets.
Yeah,
but
right.
I feel like that with the Bush people, like if you're in the lower bowl, you're not gonna be able.
You don't even know what's. Yeah, you don't even know what's going on.
The big broadcast, like the TV screen was playing the lyrics and the little frog dude.
Yeah, so was like it's. I feel like it's almost like made for TV at this point.
For the TV, yeah.
Right, and it's not like.
I did like the Bush people though.
The Bush people. We should get you what was it? Left Shark.
Get the Bush costume.
Nah, you gotta be. Oh yeah, the Bush costume.
That's what I'll be for Halloween. I'll be one of the Bushes.
I'll be Left Shark.
Yeah, and I'll be a Bush.
All right. Well, let's get into the rest of the half. Or the rest of the game, I should say. So it was 9-0 going to the half. Third quarter, right? I mean, it was more of the same for the Patriots. They just couldn't get the ball going. Now, there were some interesting decisions that I wanted to bring up to you because I know that we talked about them in the moment, but I know New England ended up. Well, they had a 2nd and 1 at their own 40-something. I think they were down.
Yeah, they didn't
12.
go for it. They punted it.
Well,
they had 2 possessions.
Right, so they had a 2nd and 1, and then they ended up punting, which is just crazy. They just couldn't. They ran the ball and then threw an incompletion, then punted. I think they had 1 first down since the first quarter up until like midway through the third quarter or like towards the end of the
They didn't have any first downs in the third quarter.
They had 1. Yeah, right. I mean, the defense definitely kept New England, in the game up until the fourth quarter. I think you mentioned this earlier, and the Patriots were very close to forcing a handful of turnovers from Darnold. They kept living life on the edge. There were some really like tight throws that Darnold was making. But I think really, it's crazy. We didn't even talk about Kenneth Walker. So like, you're wondering how did the Seahawks get all these points? How did they get on the board at all if Sam Darnold was playing like ice? It was Kenneth
Walker. He won MVP.
Right. So
easily.
Kenneth Walker ended up winning the.
He had 27
MVP.
carries, 135 yards rushing.
Yep.
And he had another 26 yards receiving on 2 catches.
So I think he was very well deserving. Now I will say this, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong here, I think this was the closest we've ever gotten to having a kicker or punter win an MVP.
I thought a kicker has won MVP.
So a kicker won the regular season.
They won the regular season MVP.
In 1984, Mark Mosley. I think it was 84. It's either 84 or 82, but the Washington kicker, Mark Mosley.
Yeah, that was during the strike-shortened season.
which I still think is like they just said fuck it, we're giving it to a kicker because why not? Like there's no conceivable way this guy was like that good. I don't know what his stats were off the top of my head, but they couldn't have been MVP worthy unless he was kicking like 3 field goals a game or something like that. Which I mean could have been the case, right? Shortened season, but I think this was the closest we ever got to seeing a kicker win MVP. So, you had Jason Myers, 5 for 5, nothing crazy. I don't think he had anything over 50 or anything, but he was 5 for 5, most made field goals in Super Bowl history. I believe he also passed LaDainian Tomlinson.
Kenneth Walker, first running back to win MVP since Terrell Davis.
Yeah, I was gonna say TD was probably the last one in what 99, right?
Yeah.
99.
No, the 98, 99 Super Bowl.
98, okay. So Jason Myers, 5 for 5 for field goals, passed LaDainian Tomlinson for most total points scored in a single postseason. He was out there making tackles on the kickoff in the fourth quarter. I think there was a real case if Kenneth Walker had less than 100 yards.
It was the most points scored like in a season, post and regular.
Maybe. That's definitely what it was.
I think that's what it was.
That's definitely
that was the year
was.
LT was like insane.
28 touchdowns. That was 28 touchdowns.
Yeah.
No, you're definitely right. That definitely lines up.
Yeah, it's definitely regular.
So most
LT like never made it to a Super Bowl,
which is still crazy. That's still a crazy stat. Like, and he did it in the Super Bowl, literally on the last play. Now I know obviously the extra game and whatnot, but yeah, they were the 1 seed, so they played one less game than most playoff teams. So
yeah, true.
I think there was a real case for Jason Myers. I mentioned the punting. Michael Dixon is a
hell of a punt job, bro.
He is, and
as a lover of the punt game,
yeah,
phenomenal punt job.
You know that you call it a punt job?
Yeah.
A punt job. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, phenomenal punt job.
Yeah, you know I'm a big fan of special teams. This guy is literally Jesus Christ walking. He dotted New England.
He was on my fantasy league a couple of years where
I was gonna say punters. You know about punters.
The punter. He's a great punter.
You know about punters. So he dotted New England up at the 2-yard line. He had the bad snap on Myers' 4th field goal attempt, and he fielded that shit, put it down without issue, got it clean. Down the ball at the 1-yard line in the 4th quarter after the Matt Collins touchdown. Right, New England they get a touchdown, they get a stop. And what does Michael Dixon do? He says, nah, you got to go 99 yards, New England. And then he had another one down at the 6-yard line to end the game. Unbelievable. And this is the one thing I did take issue with the broadcast was that Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth were not giving this guy his roses. This was an all-time punting performance. All-time punting performance. That'll go down in history.
Punts, 3 inside the 20. Average 47.9 yards a punt. That's
crazy, dude. Down at the 1, 2, and 6. Come on, man. But obviously, I think right on offense, Kenneth Walker was the difference in this game. He had 75 yards in the first quarter. And the thing is, really, I mean, Seattle wasn't necessarily winning at the line at time, right? It was more so Walker.
He was doing really, he was Le'Veon Bell-esque. Very patient.
Le'Veon Bell-esque is exactly what I have written down. You took the words out of my mouth. And I think Collinsworth actually said that later in the broadcast. He was like,
yeah, he did during that one run in the 4th where he like literally was standing there.
Oh, he reminds me of Le'Veon Bell. Dude, I think you mentioned this too. He's a free agent after this year's over.
Oh, he made so
He just got himself a bag, bro.
He also looks like an old man.
Yeah, I didn't really. So he's
25. And he looks old.
He sounds like a pastor.
He sounds like a child.
Or like like some sort of like.
He looks like he's 50. He sounds like a child, and he's 25.
It's a wild combination. And he looks like a man and a half.
Yeah.
Like, it's a wild combination that Kenneth Walker's got going on. But good for him. He was very well deserving of the award, in our opinion. He was definitely he's making plays a lot. He was getting, in the second quarter in particular, right? He had those 2 runs that got Seattle inside the red zone, got him another.
Then there was that big run that set up the field goal in their last drive. You could.
Ice the game.
And that's when. I remember we were like, oh, who's the MVP?
We were
And then
debating
he made
it.
that run, and we were like MVP.
I think at halftime, most of us were on Myers, and then at that point, we were like, "Oh, it's probably gonna be Walker," because he was like well over 100 at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, so it wasn't. Wait, no. So he had how many touchdowns did Seattle have? 2, right?
2 touchdowns. The
So
defensive
Myers,
the pick 6, and then the what's his name?
Uchenna
Dave
Nwosu.
Barner got the right when we were bitching about the fact that there was no touchdown.
Oh, right. So Barner scored the first one, which my buddy had, and my buddy actually bet on Barner to score the first touchdown. So that one came through. I think he had it in LA though. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if he took it straight. I hope he took it straight. So 20 points is the most points by a kicker in Super Bowl history. That's what the stat was. So 5 field goals.
He only had 17 points.
I have 20. Why do I have? Didn't he have 5? Oh, 5 field goals, 2 extra points is 17. You are correct, sir. 17
can't
points.
Math that. Can't math.
17 points is the most points by a kicker in Super Bowl history. I did have Seattle with 7 sacks on the game, which would have been the most of all time.
That's actually 20 points is the most points scored by a player in the Super Bowl.
Jalen Hurts.
Do you know who that player is?
Jalen, baby. Where is he? That guy. That guy right there. I love pointing to him.
He didn't do it in that Super Bowl. He did in the other one.
No, it was 22.
Talk about the other one.
It was 22. Well, we talk about it because we should have
talk about it.
We should have won that shit. So when did this game exactly get out of hand? So right, it was 12.
You could argue, in my opinion, it was the fumble at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah,
when it started feeling like, oh shit, and then the interception killed it.
So it was 12-0 heading into the fourth quarter, right?
But to be honest, in hindsight, the whole game, it was as someone who was hopeful New England would win because they bet it like an idiot because they had a gut feeling. So I still wanted to support their boy Ben. It didn't really ever feel like New England had a chance.
Well, you can back me up on this. I looked at the live line at halftime and I hammered it. It was 9.5. And I had an itching feeling. I'm like, this shit's going to get out of hand at some point. And I wasn't sure when, right? So it was 12-0 going into the fourth quarter. After that Barner touchdown, I'm like, this is it. And then obviously, so Matt Collins, big catches on back-to-back plays, mind you. And I told you it was going to be one of those random New England wide receivers. Not saying Matt Collins is random. I'd say, is he like 3rd or 4th in receptions for the Patriots this year? But they have a number. So. They have 3 or 4 guys all with 30 to 40 receptions. So it was Matt Collins. I actually bet Demario Douglas. I don't even think he had a catch in this game. I'd have to go back and check. He might have had one. But Matt Collins came up big on back-to-back plays. He had a 30-yarder, and then he had the 40-yard touchdown. Big catch, huge bomb. So that made it 19-7. And at that point, right, you felt like if New England can get a stop here, there might be life, which they did. Now, the other thing I do want to bring up, though, is the fact, now I guess it's a moot point now because they ended up losing, but the fact that New England did not go for 2 after scoring, which would have made it 19-8, which would have made it an 11-point game, so you would have only needed a field goal and a touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, they kicked the extra point, made it a 12-point game, so regardless, you needed 2 touchdowns. I think that was a huge miss by Mike Vrabel in the moment.
Yeah.
So I don't really get the decision, but I think at that point, right, you were still holding out hope a little bit.
Yeah.
For the Pats. And then that was when Michael Dixon was like, nah, let's go 99 yards. Now, May, on the ensuing drive, that was where it got really, really bad. Because that was where he missed Austin Hooper, completely wide open. He almost threw a pick targeting Matt Collins. This is the one where he threw it into triple coverage. And then the icing on the cake was the Tua turned the ball over, which was the absolute duck of an INT to Julian Love.
Yeah.
So very unfortunate. It started unraveling. I believe that was when they got the field goal, and then the ensuing drive for the Patriots was the defensive touchdown. Devin Witherspoon knocked it out. Uchenna Nwosu picks it up and then walked it in for a Seattle touchdown.
Well, no, that was ruled an interception.
That was an interception?
Yeah, they called it a fumble in the broadcast and a sack, but then in review, they changed the play to an interception.
How did I not know this? I got to go back and watch that.
I thought we taught you mentioned that at the beginning of the go over because we said you said it's actually 6 sacks, not 7.
Oh, that was the 7th sack.
Yeah, that was the 7th sack.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know which one it was, bro.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was.
Oh, that makes so much more sense now.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I was like, which sack was like almost not a sack?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
That's what it was. There you go.
So I guess it was a tipped ball. Uchenna Nwosu catches it, supposedly, and then walks it in for a Seattle touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson ended up getting a garbage time, which I was very upset about because in my boxes I had 9 and 7, so it was 29-7, and I was like, if this is the final score, we're chilling. And then Ramondre went and scored a touchdown, a meaningless nothing touchdown. So I didn't get my freaking box. I don't know anybody who did well with boxes this year. I don't know.
That was the weird boxes that got it this year. Except for I guess 3-0 at the first quarter.
3-0, 9-0, 2-0. So if you had 0 for the Patriots, you were big chilling. You were definitely in
big money.
Yeah, you definitely had a chance. You had a 1 in 3 chance, or 1 in 3 in 10 chance.
30% chance.
Yeah, you had a 30% chance if you had Patriots 0. Yeah, so it kind of got away from New England in the end. I mean, standouts. They had a couple of standouts. I really liked the rookie Craig Woodson, his performance. He's the one who wrapped up Rashid Shaheed on that end around, and then he had the TFL and Walker in the second quarter. Went away a little bit in the second half, but he had a nice, little go at it. Besides that, I mean, we didn't talk about the refs. What did the refs do wrong? This is my.
Well, they missed the one probably ejection worthy play, like personal.
Oh yeah.
Because of the streaker.
Yeah. So what was it?
What form by the streaker? Did you see the video of the streaker?
Dude. Did you see the picture of him where he's like literally like Heisman pose?
Yeah.
Like running away from the dude.
Did you see his? He posted. He had like smart glasses on. He got a POV run of the streaker.
What was this whole deal? What was this whole deal? Do you know?
He's trying to sell crypto or something. I don't know.
What a bomb, dude!
Trying to sell something.
What a loser! Do something cool.
Apparently, I think it was the same streaker who streaked in that one Super Bowl not that long ago.
That one Super Bowl not that long ago.
I think was it the Bucs Super Bowl that had a streaker? There was one of the Super Bowls in the past like 5 years had a streaker, and it was the same guy.
I don't know. What I do know is that's something you could exploit on Kalshi too. Is you could.
Well, the people he did that a couple years ago. He bet on there being a streaker, and then he was the streaker. He made like $20,000 accounting for like the bail and the fines and everything.
Bro made his own lines and was like, "This is his certainty."
Yeah.
So like
that's the whole thing with the Kalshi stuff. Like a book's never gonna offer that.
Correct. Yeah. Like a book's never gonna offer you that. So what's it? Yeah. It was the penalty on Josh Joby. So there was the late hit out of bounds on Diggs, and then he threw a punch at him in front of the referee, and then there was no flag. He like literally ripped Diggs's mouth guard out and like grabbed his face mask. Like, how is that not called?
There was 7 penalties in this game for 50
yards. So there was
like no flags called in like the entirety of the first half.
How quick did the first half go? It went so quick, dude. There was 1 penalty in the entire first half. I loved it. It was awesome. And like I don't really think they missed that much either, right? So there was
you're a big pro ref guy. You watching you, Matt, is every other play's holding. There's a lot of like screaming the refs miss stuff. Matt's big ref. He can talk all he wants about he hates the refs. The refs are ruining the sport. That's big ref. Matt wants to see the flags. He actively is looking for flags.
I want to see.
He be the ref that he doesn't like. Or
you're probably right.
He says he doesn't like.
You're probably right. You're probably not wrong about that. Mm-hmm. Look, I want a consistency thing going on in the NFL. I want
consistently calling flags.
No, not even that. I just want I want the game consistently called. All right. Like there were a couple of instances in this one, right? So there was the roughing the passer against Sam Darnold against Seattle on the Sentinel drive. It's not a penalty in my book, but I've seen it called before. By the book, it's a foul.
Star players, the Sam Darnold
Correct.
That's
the type of thing I want all of those not called. But because some of them get called, I have to mention it. That's number one.
Matt wants more flags in the game.
No, I don't want more flags. I want less
he
flags.
Wants more flags. That's what I'm
No. I literally just said I don't want that called. I don't want it called all of the time, not some of the time. But by the book, that's a foul. I've seen it called before. New England's opening drive in the third quarter I think this was definitely the biggest miss by far of the night. The opening drive of the third quarter, it was a fourth down punt.
Was the guy getting punched in the face.
Well,
and the ref was right there.
Hear me out. So you're down 9-0. You're New England. You get the ball first, and you go 3-0. On your fourth down punt, Seattle is clearly offsides. No flag would have given New England an automatic first down and would have allowed them to continue going. Now, what they would have done with it, I'm not so sure about because they were not moving the ball. Probably not much. Probably not much. But that was probably the biggest miss of the night. I think the only other call they missed was, and this is personal for me because I had Hunter Henry props, is that he got rocked. It was clearly PI, and he got rocked in the head on the 2-point attempt on the fourth quarter from Ramondre Stevenson's garbage time touchdown. And I was so pissed because they ended up getting the ball back, and Austin Hooper got like 4 targets on that garbage time drive. And it would have been Hunter Henry, presumably, if he was healthy, but he wasn't. And I had Fordham. We had that together.
Yeah, we had his over on yards.
That was a big that was a partisan thing for you and I. So you should be mad about that one too.
I didn't win any bets, by the way, folks.
You won 0 bets?
No, I didn't win any bets.
Kyle.
0 bets.
Well, I made a lot of money on the
game. Didn't even get tails.
I made a lot of money. Yeah, that was. I feel bad. Like, well, look, I wouldn't bet that personally. Because
it's not bet of the year.
It's a 50-50 odds though. Like
why would you for sure is exactly 50-50.
Fair, but you're not getting 50-50 odds on it. It's not plus 500.
Yeah, but tails never fails, except but it does.
It's not
tails 50% of the time. Tails never fails all the time.
If you were getting true 50-50 odds, it would be plus 100. It was minus 105, which is stupid. That's literally
minus 102.
That's stupid. So that they're getting 2% of
2% rate.
The betting companies. Yes, they're getting 2% of the bet. That's stupid.
Tails is due next year. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I missed on Hunter Henry. I had Rashid's over, which hit over 25. I had Drake May backdoor cover on his passing yards at plus money, plus 250, which I didn't even know he got that until I was looking at my bet slips after the game. He actually got above 250 yards, which is remarkable.
Yeah, he had 295.
Yeah, which is absolutely. Oh, so if I bet him 300 plus, I would have been pissed. All right, good thing I did. Yeah. And then I hit big on the Gatorade, which, shout out, who. And then I hit on. I hammered Seattle at the halftime. So I made out really, really well. I hit most of my bets. Very, very happy. Kyle, I know you had a huge Super Bowl last year. So I
did.
And you had an even bigger Super Bowl than your losses this year. So I think that well
averages out. I had a historic Super Bowl last year.
So yeah, I mean
basically covered all of my losses for the rest of the year.
Correct. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. I don't know if you had anything else that you wanted to touch on.
No, that's it. That's all I really have. Seattle deserved it. Also, everybody that's saying Seattle would beat the 2024 Eagles is wrong.
So who said this?
They are stupid.
Where's this list?
I'm seeing this. This is on Twitter. This is on the internet webs, the feeds.
So it's rage bait.
Absolutely false. Anywhere you look up, it's all rage bait. Trying to get me engaged, and it's working, but it's just factually incorrect.
Yeah. I look, I don't know who would have won between this year's and last year's. I mean, obviously I'm picking the Eagles.
All I know is that Sam Darnold, I don't think he gets invited to hang out with the Mannings, Brady, Jerry Rice,
Steve Young,
Emmitt
you
Smith
seeing that?
Before the Super Bowl.
Before the game.
The Super Bowl this year. So technically I was right.
Correct. So
he was going to be in the Super Bowl.
Before the game, they
welcome,
had a
I
bunch
guess.
of the honors, right? They had a bunch of the legends come out.
He was the only active player.
Only active player to be listed among the Mannings, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Emmitt Smith, Tom Brady, Jalen Hurts, in the same vein as those legends.
Yes.
Had to have done something, right? They're like, oh, he was MVP last year, idiots.
Yeah, Hurts wasn't MVP. How can you say he's better than Hurts? Hurts was Super Bowl MVP.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought it was all Saquon last year. That's what I was told anyway.
That's what I was told too.
That's what they tell you. I don't know.
Sam Darnold was carried by his running back in this game.
It might be dark times coming up, Kyle. I don't know what's going on with the Eagles.
What's going on with the Eagles?
I guess
I don't even want to think about the Eagles.
Let's touch on like our way too early predictions. You got any for next year? Like no.
I don't want to say it, but I think the Giants win the NFC East.
So I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking
about it. It's on my radar. I have a gut feeling about it. It makes sense.
It's on the menu.
Eagles. I'm nervous that they could blow up.
I think
the Eagles basically under Sirianni's era have either been like Super Bowl or a collapse or like in all this drama. It's really interesting as a fan though, like because you get the best of both worlds, arguably.
It raises my blood pressure. I'll tell you that much. It raises there's no consistency in being an Eagles fan, which I almost would prefer. No, like I wouldn't prefer it because we have the rings, we have the pedigree.
Dude, winning last year's Super Bowl was awesome. That was like
when your team wins the Super Bowl, it's incredible. It's a really cool feeling. And I hope everybody gets to.
Everyone gets experience. It's because you never know.
Yeah, So how do you think?
It's not guaranteed.
Who do you think?
We're very fortunate to the fact that we got to see two.
Oh yeah,
in our lifetime, arguably during our primes.
Could have been another one this year.
The prime years, yeah. Could have been another one.
Well,
I think they would have won this year without coming to though. If once they never went to the Saints, I think they would have won.
I think the best two teams in the league this year were the Rams and the Seahawks, and they were both in the NFC. So I think there's a very real chance the Eagles would have lost to one of those teams in the NFC divisional round. Just saying. I think there's a chance. that would have happened regardless. So I take it with a grain of salt that they look, they should have beat the 49ers. Everybody knows this. At least you and I know it. So I'll take it with a grain of salt, but I think you're just now realizing how brief the window is to win in the NFL. Like if we're talking like the Giants are going to win.
I think honestly, I saw brought this up. It's like the way to get like a dynasty now, like the way to get a dynasty in general is like you have to have a special quarterback. Because like people argue, like I can see the argument that Seattle kind of built the team similar to the Eagles, where you just have like a stacked roster, especially on defense, and you just like are able to have a quarterback that can get enough done.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what Darnold was.
Like that might not be like sustainable for like a dynasty. Because like the Seahawks, I think, are potentially going to fall into the same trap the Eagles are, with the fact that their offensive coordinator is now gone and they have to have a new offensive coordinator.
Well, so
with Mike McDonald, he's a fantastic defensive mind. They're going to be in that same predicament as the Eagles, where they have to probably get offensive coordinators every year.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like the consistency on a year-to-year basis, like or the lack thereof, definitely does not help. I'll tell you that.
No.
But I mean, I think the Seahawks game plan was fairly simple, right? They built upon an already good defense that they had in 2024, which is a large reason why they went, 9-8 last year, I think they were?
Yeah, they went 9-8.
With Geno Smith, who was one of the worst quarterbacks in the league this year. Mm-hmm. And they got out of that deal fairly quickly, right? They were like, all right, we paid you once.
Got him for a third.
Yeah, they got him for a third, dude. So I think they looked at what they got rid of him for a third. They looked at what the Vikings did with Sam Darnold last year, and they're like, oh wow, that's literally the same position we're in right now. You don't want him? All right, thanks. And they took that and ran with it. And I think clearly overall, the Seahawks just had a better roster than the Vikings did last year. I think it's fairly straightforward what happened. With the Eagles, right, it's the super stacked roster, but it's the super stacked offense, which is why people like Jalen Hurts always gets cast along to the sidelines. Like, Jalen Hurts probably won't win you a game by himself, but he is absolutely a better playmaker.
Actually, it's false. He's
absolutely. I'm saying on
himself.
He has, and he's done it on the biggest stage, which is the which is the point I was going to make, which is the biggest difference between him and Sam Darnold, is that Jalen Hurts is clearly not a game manager. He's a game manager when he wants to be. When he needs to be, rather. When he needs to be, he's a game manager. Because you have AJ Brown, because you have Saquon Barkley, because you have, well, not anymore, Dallas Goedert, presumably not anymore, and you have Devontae Smith. When you have all of those guys on the same, and you have that great offensive line, not so great anymore, as we're learning, is it's falling apart at the seams right now, but when you have all of that, you don't have to stand out as much. And like Sam Darnold absolutely did not have to stand out as much. Right? I mean, especially with dude, Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet, I would put those two guys up against any duo in the league.
Yeah.
No questions asked. I put them up against any duo in the league. Now, what's Charbonnet
what are they
going to
do next year, though? Because now you got Charbonnet coming off an ACL, and Walker's a free agent. His price just went up.
Yeah, right. So I'm not sure what their whole salary cap looks like.
You lost your offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
I have actually. I think Seattle. Let me look it up real quick, but I think Seattle is fine with cap space.
It's more the OC, honestly, that I'm concerned with. Because
Kubiak, honestly, and then you're also late in the game too when you win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know.
We have right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's number 6 in available cap space.
So they have money to spend.
They have 72 million in cap space.
I don't know
going into this free agency class. The Titans, for reference, have the most at 104.
Yeah.
And then for reference, the team with the least is the Chiefs.
Ooh.
Minus 54.
Interesting.
Oh boy.
The Chiefs have, and I don't believe the Chiefs, correct me if I'm wrong on this if you know.
Oh boy.
I don't believe the Chiefs have a lot of draft capital either.
No, I don't know. The Chiefs is not looking good.
Oh my.
The Vikings aren't looking good. Yeah, I didn't realize how
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Here's the 40 million.
Here's the thing with the Chiefs though, is like all they need to do is be 500 when Mahomes comes back. That's literally all they need to do. And they probably will because they have a third place schedule. So I'm honestly not too worried about the Chiefs. Like at all. I'm really not. I think they'll be right in the mix again. And they really were in the mix until like week 13. I think after the Thanksgiving loss to the Cowboys, that was when you were like, oh shit, like they might miss the playoffs. And they did. But they were really in it until like week 13, week 14. So who do you think fares better next year, the Patriots or the Seahawks?
I think the Seahawks.
I agree.
I don't know. The Patriots, do they have money to spend?
They had a lot of money to spend last year, and a lot of those.
They're like middle.
Yeah, so a lot of the deals, I believe that they made.
See what they do. I think right now.
Yeah. So what do you do if you're
supporting cast? I think they showed up early. I feel like this happens a lot. Like you could see obviously with the Commanders last year, but like that's a prime example where you kind of get to the Super Bowl a year too early in your rebuild. Like Seattle, like the Patriots don't really have the receivers. Like going into the year, my whole thing with the Patriots, I had them as a fringe playoff team.
Yeah.
Was because I was like, who do they have like talent wise? Like they have a rookie running back, which apparently they hate, and then like Ramondre with a fumbling issue, old Stephon Diggs coming off an ACL, Matt Collins, which I guarantee those guys play well, but I think if they get like a real difference maker, if they trade for a receiver or maybe get like Alec Pierce and rookie in the draft. I know this is a good receiver draft just based on my dynasty looking through kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens. But I think that the Patriots have potential, but again, like a team like this that went above expectations, I'm not gonna lock in the fact that they could do it again.
Yeah, I am very interested to see what they do with the first place schedule. I believe that they're going to have one of the toughest schedules by winning percentage of teams this year going into 2026. So I think it'll be very interesting. But I think a lot of the deal, right? So they were big spenders last free agency, right? They got Milton Williams, Carlton Davis. They brought in a bunch of guys. But I believe a lot of the Robert Spillane too. they brought in a lot of guys on like short-term deals. So they're not really financially tied to anybody, but I think the only big guy that they really like tied themselves to was Milton Williams, and he's a young guy. So like, and that's a guy that you would want on your team through his mid-20s and late 20s. So I think you're right. I think they need a game changer on offense for sure. I think somebody to complement Diggs, like a true complement to Stephon Diggs. Diggs is under contract, right?
No, I thought it was a 1-year deal. Either way, Stephon Diggs is probably going to jail. So.
Oh yeah, bro. Isn't his hearing like?
He disrespect women's, bro. His hearing's like tomorrow or something.
Yeah. Wait. No, Diggs is on a 3-year deal, so he's there through.
He broke up with Cardi B. And they broke up.
Yeah, because he
Breaking
fucking
news.
maybe like wait, is he the one that he
Yeah, he beat up the chef. He didn't beat up her.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I didn't want to say anything false, but yeah, he
So
definitely
he allegedly, innocent until proven guilty.
correct.
He signed a 3-year deal. So yeah, he's still with the
Patriots. 3-year deal. So he'll be in New England through 27 if he doesn't go to jail. Or jail. I'm interested to see what this team does with the first place schedule for number 1, but also yes, I do agree.
They unfollowed each other on Instagram. So that's what people are saying.
They broke up. Oh my god, what are we in high school, dude? Like shut.
50 Cent trolled Stephon Diggs after rumors of a breakup.
like that. Like I just I need to be off social media for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I think
he's on my dynasty team. I might have to cut him.
Yeah, dude. Depending on how that hearing goes, you might have to get rid of him.
Have you seen like the video of him when he was on the Vikings and like the social media teams like, who would you not let date your daughter?
Oh, they all said Diggs, bro.
Every single person, Stephon Diggs, without question.
They all said, "Oh, dude, Stephon."
Yeah, Stephon Diggs.
And then I think at the end they were like, they showed Diggs and they're like, they all said me. Yeah. Oh man, I think Seattle will definitely be a contender again. I think it's Super Bowl contender again. I think there's a couple of things they have to figure out, right? I think it's let's see.
They're the favorite right now. If you go to the
yes, that's usually the
sports
case.
Books. Seattle right now is the favorite at plus 750. Rams are second at plus 800. Ravens and Bills tied for third at plus 1200. Packers at plus 1300. Chargers and Eagles at plus 15. Lions and Chiefs at plus 16. Patriots plus 17. Niners plus 18. And then Broncos, Jaguars, Texans at plus 2,000. And then Bears at 27. Everybody else is 3,000 or higher.
Niners will be interesting. I think that's
an interesting one to see how they do free agency in the draft.
The Rams.
I mean, to be honest, John Snyder, is he really that good at drafting? I mean, if John Snyder didn't luck into Brock Purdy, him and Shanahan are no longer the coaches of the Niners.
Wait, say that again?
If they did not get Purdy, that Trey Lance trade is arguably one of the worst of all time.
It's definitely up there, right? It's definitely up there.
If they lucked into Purdy, it saved his job. They traded 2 firsts.
Yeah, it was
bad.
It was bad. There's no sugarcoating it. There's no sugarcoating it. Wasn't it who is it? It's John Lynch, right?
Yeah, John Lynch. He would not be the GM of the 49ers had they not got Brock Purdy. Yeah, he's still there. That's what I'm saying. He would not be there if they had not got Brock Purdy.
He is the general manager. Dude, he traded up for Trey Lance and they kept him? That's nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. That's
how
good Brock Purdy is.
If they didn't get Brock Purdy, you're definitely right. All right, so unrestricted free agents for the Seahawks of note: Reek Wallen, Kenneth Walker, Boye Mafe, Rashid Shaheed, Kobe Bryant, Josh Jobe. That's basically it.
No, so they're going to be probably spending. So they have money. They might get Kenneth Walker back. They just have to probably overpay.
They need to save. Yeah, so they could, in theory, if they wanted Walker back.
Yeah, they have the money. They're probably going to use all their money to re-sign their guys.
They would. I mean, other free agent running backs. I'm thinking Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard's not a free agent.
Oh, I lied.
Yeah, he's probably going to get cut. Based on I have a Tony Pollard fantasy manager in Dynasty. He has 1 more year on his contract, but he's probably going to be a cap casualty just based on how the contract works.
Let's see. All right, free agents this year: Najee Harris, Austin Eckler, Travis Etienne. Ooh, Travis Etienne is a free agent. Interesting.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams, Rico Dowdle, Nick Chubb, Brees Hall, another big name. Kenneth Walker, obviously.
Nick Chubb's cooked.
J.K. Dobbins, Kenneth Gainwell, Big Raheem Mostert, Kareem Hunt, A.J. Dillon. Yeah, so like, I'd say the most notable names are probably definitely
Walker and Travis Etienne
and Brees Hall. Yeah, those are probably the three.
Brees Hall.
So
Brees Hall, I've heard, is going to be back with the Jets. That's what I've heard through the KB grapevine.
They'll probably end up re-signing him, but you're probably right. They'll probably have to overpay.
There's a lot of interesting free agents this year.
Yeah, wait, let's take a look at the wide receivers. Who's a wide receiver?
I know Alec Pierce is the big guy. He's the big free agent. George Pickens is a free agent, but they already announced that he's probably going to get the franchise tag. That the Dallas plans to use the franchise tag on him.
Yeah.
In terms of other wide receivers, Alec Pierce is probably going to be the big one for sure. Pickens is going to be franchise tag. Mike Evans is a free agent, but I'd be shocked if he goes anywhere other than the Bucs. But that's really it, honestly, in terms of free agent wide receivers.
Did you just say them all?
There's Rashid Shaheed, and Jawan Jennings.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta get.
But like, not much.
Let me get this up on my phone because my computer.
Romeo Dobbs is a free agent.
Romeo Dobbs.
Receiver. I'm looking at like the top 100 free agents right now. Just scrolling through. It's not much. If Romeo Dobbs is listed here for receivers, that's not great. Oh, Debo.
I saw Christian Kirk was on there.
Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Mike Evans, Charlie Kirk, Debo
Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yeah, Rashid Shaheed, DeAndre Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Jahan Dotson, Tim Patrick, Zay Jones, Wan'Dale Robinson.
That's a bunch of bombs.
Yeah. So nobody of note. And then tight ends, I think just Dallas Goedert. Well, I know Travis.
Dallas got Kyle Pitts.
Travis Kelce is a free agent.
That is correct.
Actually, dude. So
he's not. Cade Otton.
There's actually a number of names. So Travis Kelce, David Njoku, Taysom Hill, Dallas Goedert.
Taysom Hill's going to retire.
Taysom Hill's going to retire? What?
That's what I heard through the grapevine.
Kyle Pitts, your boy. Austin Hooper, Foster Moreau, Durham Smythe. No, Mo Alley Cox. Oh my God, please resign him. Oh my God, Kylan Granson's a free agent. Eagles legend Kyle Granson. So there's some
Tyler
names.
Linderbaum, free agent.
Tyler Linderbaum's a free agent. Oh, they're definitely gonna have to resign him. Wow, that's a big free agent. Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah, that's a big one. He's gonna get a lot of money. I think he goes to the Chargers. Prediction.
Should the Eagles cop? No, wait, we have Cam.
No.
Cam is fine. Free agent quarterbacks. Ready for this? Aaron Rodgers, obviously.
Daniel Jones.
Malik
Willis. Malik Willis is going to be starter next year. You heard it here first, folks.
I think that's a great take. I think he played his
Malik
ass
Willis
off.
is the Dolphins starter week 1.
So
the fact that they got what's his name from the Packers.
Wait, what?
The Dolphins week 1 starter is going to be
Jeff Hadley.
Malik Willis. Calling it right now.
So this is another reason why I'm actually kind of excited for Sean Mannion coming to the Eagles is because he made Malik Willis really good. Like as a backup for the Packers the last 2 years, Malik Willis has been like almost just as good as Jordan Love, which makes me excited. Russell Wilson, Marcus Mariota, Tyrod Taylor, Zach Wilson, Joe Flacco. I think Joe Flacco is probably going to retire. Kenny Pickett.
Phil Rivers.
There's a bunch of guys here still. Teddy Bridgewater, a free agent again. Holy shit. Tommy DeVito. What you doing?
Yeah, he was in the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl champion Tommy DeVito.
No, he didn't win. He lost.
Oh, Super Bowl runner-up Tommy DeVito.
Super Bowl runner-up Tommy DeVito.
Yeah. Kyle, you got any breakout candidates for next year? Anybody gonna light up the scoreboard?
I like Malik Willis. Let me read off my dynasty roster.
There you go. So these are literally all of your picks, or most of your picks.
Let's see. Based on my dynasty roster, I like Jalen Hurts, Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard, Devontae Smith. I don't like.
They're all Eagles, bro.
Kyle Pitts, DJ Moore, Kenneth Gainwell, Jacoby Brissett, Tua, Kenny Pickett, Tanner McKee, Blake Corum. Blake Corum, I think, is going to go off next year.
I would love to see that.
Trey Tucker, Cedric Tillman, Adonai Mitchell. I like Adonai Mitchell a lot. Christian Watson, goated. Quinn Johnson, Darren Waller. Actually, I hate this team now that I'm looking at it. Trey Benson, Jack Besh. We'll see what happens. Fernando Mendoza. I love Fernando Mendoza.
He didn't even get drafted. How is he on your fantasy roster?
In terms of teams, I'll give my early Super Bowl likes.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So I like the Rams. Depending on what they do with their draft picks and Stafford. Stafford already announced during his MVP speech that he's playing again. Okay, so that's good.
Can I interject? I don't know. I think the Rams have a very interesting decision to make at quarterback. I know that. Look, all right, I'm gonna get grilled for this because I was so high on the Rams this year.
This is very interesting.
I know that Stafford just won MVP. I saw some faults in the man towards the end of the year. Specifically, he had a lot of turnovers and he did not stay healthy. Now, the offseason might change that. Maybe that's just what he needed. But if you can't finish the 18 games regular season or the 17-game regular season and you can't make it all the way through the playoffs because he had issues in the playoffs, it's not sugarcoated. Mm-hmm. I think that says something. So
interesting.
I would not be surprised if the Rams drafted a quarterback in this draft. Just putting it out there. Continue.
Not like there's really any good ones to bet. I like the Rams potentially. I like Eagles, even though I kind of don't at the same time. I like the Packers. I like the Chargers a lot. I think if the Chargers they shore up their interior O-line in free agency.
Yeah.
And Slater and they get some more receivers and stuff. I like the Chargers.
Mike McDaniel
I like the Chargers.
He's gonna fix.
And then I like the Bears and I like the Texans and I like my Jags, obviously.
I like the Packers and I like the Chargers. I think.
And then in terms of a team, a couple teams that I think are gonna bounce back and be playoff teams that people don't expect. I guess the Giants are one of them, but the Giants low-key are pretty high on the Super Bowl odds considering that.
I think people are on them.
Than you would expect.
Yeah, because
I like the Titan. I like the Giants to be a good team. I like the Raiders potentially. I love my boy Mendoza.
Yeah, no.
I think depending on what they do the O-line, I think the Panthers can be interesting. I think the Saints could be interesting.
Yeah, the Panthers is the only problem though, is that they have a first place schedule now.
Atlanta could be interesting.
Yeah, Atlanta's always interesting every year.
The only big thing with Atlanta is their quarterback situation.
It's so garbage.
If I had to give a team, a team in the obviously favorite would probably be the Rams. If you had to take gun to my head, who's winning the Super Bowl?
Rams.
I'd probably say Rams. If you had to go in the more obscure range, I'd probably say in that 12 plus 1,200 to 2,000 range. I'd like the Chargers the most in that group. I guess the Eagles too, but that's home bias / I don't love the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles have a lot of decisions.
And then in that 2,000 range, I like the Texans and the Bears. I like the Jags too, but I got to see what they do in free agency. They don't have a lot of cap space. They're probably going to lose some guys. And then in terms of a long shot team, actually, to be honest, it's probably the Giants.
Yeah.
Of all those teams, I do like the Giants going into next year.
I don't know if the Giants
they're going to be really good.
I don't think they'll be competing for a Super Bowl next year, but I think
I think they're competing for the division.
Oh, 100%.
I think they could win a playoff game going a little cute run or something.
100%.
Every year there's always every past 2 years, last year Commanders, this year Patriots.
Yeah.
There's been a team that was really bad going on a little bit of a run. So I think the Giants could be that team.
I like the Chargers a lot. I think McDaniel comes in and fixes Herbert up a little bit.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are going to be good.
Packers, in theory, should work, but they did lose their entire coaching staff, and maybe Sean Mannion was part of that coaching staff and why they were so consistent at quarterback. So wild card there for the Packers. Not saying they make the wild card, but a wild card is in maybe good, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe the Lions bounce back. Maybe the Lions bounce back. Who knows about that?
I think the Jets are going to be the worst team in the NFL.
The Jets suck, dude. And the Raiders are going to suck, too.
The stuff going on with the Jets right now, the fact they hired, we talked about it last week, but the interim Frank Reich head coach hire, the Jets just smell like a disaster.
A lot of questions.
And they're being the number 2 pick. You're not getting Mendoza. I don't even think Mendoza could save this team, but I don't know what the hell they're gonna do at quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Raiders are going to suck next year only because I think there's no way. I don't think there's a good enough manager that's ever or general manager that's ever existed that can fix that offensive line and that secondary in 1 year. I think that'll be.
Well, I think the whole thing with the Raiders O-line was that they had Pete Carroll's son as the O-line coach, and he was terrible with Seattle as the O-line coach.
Wow.
So I think the Raiders could potentially bounce back.
I don't know. Maybe it's just really shitty coaching. Yeah, maybe.
I think it was shitty coaching / I think
they were really bad though. They were very not talented.
They beat the Patriots.
They did beat the Patriots. That is true.
I think the Raiders with Mendoza and Kubiak. I think that's a new culture set.
They're in a much better position. They have a decent
amount of money. I think if they get some O-line help and they do well in the draft, they have like a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
They have the number 1 pick. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, you know who
they have other picks too. Like I think the Raiders are going to be like a decent.
I would be surprised if they win 6 games.
Maybe 7 game win, 7 game ceiling.
I would be surprised if they win that many games. If they win
I think they'll win more 5, than 3. I think
5 is a good
5 or 6.
I think 5 is a good benchmark. Yeah, I think 5 is a good benchmark. I think if it's any more than 6, I'd be surprised. I'm really honing in on. So you mentioned the Titans earlier. I did have one breakout candidate. I didn't give this as much thought as
Cam Ward. I like Cam Ward.
Actually, it's his target. I like Io Manor. I think I like him. I'll be targeting him in my fantasy drafts, presumably. I also like Isaac Tesla to finally burst onto the scene in that crowded Lions offense, but I think he's going to take on a much bigger role in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Seattle's definitely going to be in the mix again. Like I said, the Chargers I like. I think the Chiefs bounce back. I don't think they're quite a Super Bowl contender, but we'll
Drake May's number 3 in MVP odds.
Yeah, I don't know. Where's Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow's number 4.
Yeah, Joe. Come on, Joe. I tell you
MVP odds. It's Josh Allen, Lamar, Drake May, Burrow, Herbert, and Mahomes.
Naturally.
Mahomes tied for 5th.
If Burrow wins MVP, I'm gonna be so pissed. If he wins it next year, I literally picked this man the last 2 years and he's lost.
Dude, I like Caleb for MVP. I like those odds. Plus 1,800.
Nah, we'll see. They run the ball too much. All right, let's start to wrap it up here, Kyle. Let's reflect a little bit on the 2025 season. Favorite memories? Do you have one from this season? I mean, I think I know what you're gonna say, but
favorite memory. I already discussed it last week. Yep. It's the Rams-Eagles game. That made this season worth it in my eyes. I know the Eagles season ended in disappointment.
Yeah.
Honestly, like how many games? I went to 6 games in person this season.
You beat me. You beat me.
That's the most. I mean, my record before that was 4, including playoffs, and this was 6, including playoffs. So
I think I did.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I did 4 this year, including playoffs. So, yeah, you almost doubled me.
Yeah, I did 6, including playoffs.
Which I think you were at all of the games I went to. So,
yep. I was with all the games with you, and then I went to 2 more.
The Rams and the Commanders, yeah. There you go.
The Rams and the Commanders. But no, overall, going to a lot of games this year was a lot of fun. I like the Eagles-Rams, obviously, was my favorite. Eagles-Commanders was a lot of fun, too, with Aaron. The suite with the free food and stuff. That was a fun game. The Sunday night with you and Lions, that was fun with the lady getting ejected for being too drunk.
Yeah, that was funny.
Jets game was fun. I got a sink at the die pregame, the sink. I'm trying to think of a memory of all of them. 49ers game, the property damage. That's more what I'll say about that.
Knock on wood.
And then I also got a sink in that for that pregame as well. And then
Sink's a sink.
What other game did I go to?
The Commanders.
Is that all?
The Lions. No, the Lions we already said.
The Lions, Rams, Commanders, Jets, the playoff game. What was the other one?
The Raider game. The Raider game.
Oh, the Raider game. That game was just cold.
Well, it was pretty forgettable. but that game was just goddamn cold, bro. I mean, dude, reflecting on the season, right? It's like I think we may have seen the last of it.
Bizarre season.
It was a relatively, I mean, compared to other regular seasons, I would say it was a kind of tame regular season. The playoffs was very exciting. Wild card weekend was awesome. We may have seen the last of Aaron Rodgers, which is crazy to me. I think we definitely saw the last of Phillip Rivers. taking that to the bank. One of my favorite memories, though, Kyle, was the Thursday night game when me, you, and Connor hit our crazy parlay.
Yeah, that was a crazy one, too.
The 49ers and Rams from like week 7, I think it was. That was phenomenal. Favorite plays? I mean, you could make a whole highlight video out of the Chicago Bears. Did you see also, by the way, moment of the year was the DJ Moore catch? How was it not Cole Kmet? Or how was it not?
No, because you can't. It's not playoffs. It's not playoffs.
Oh, so it's
the moment of the year
season?
doesn't count.
So
for
then,
playoffs.
how is it not
regular season only?
How is it not Cam Little's 68-yard kick?
Because it's the Jaguars. Nobody cares about the Jaguars.
That's literally history. Well, when Justin Tucker made his 66-yard field goal, that was moment of the year.
Yeah, but that was like the Ravens, and that was also like to win the game.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Jaguars was like at the end of the half in a blowout.
Yeah, it's true, but it's still history. Should have been up.
Still history. If I had to say moment of the year, it's the Eagles blocking the Rams field goal.
Yeah, that's definitely up there.
Moment of the year.
The Baker Mayfield 3rd and 14 against Seattle.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Very pivotal.
I think the DJ Moore one was sick. I remember
it was sick. It was
Eagles.
sick.
The Eagles, that was an insane ending to the game.
Yeah,
I remember that more than anything that happened in the Eagles Commanders game.
It was a good pick. That was a good pick for moment of the year. There was the Christian Benford pick 6 was definitely up there. The Brock Purdy scramble against the Bears where he like flipped it to what's his face? I think it was Tungus. And what about the Jameis Winston touchdown?
Oh, that was sick too.
That was sick.
Again, that was a losing team.
Yeah.
And they also lost that game.
Oh man. Well, I guess. Oh, we got one more thing. So you got one more. I know I kind of stole your thunder earlier.
I said a lot of my one more things to be honest. My whole thing was about the commercials.
Yeah, or the commercials rather.
My one more thing is it needs to warm up soon because it's so freaking cold.
That's a good
also
thing.
Like after the football season, I know we're heading into in my opinion, the worst stretch of the year, which is post Super Bowl till it gets warm.
Till March Madness.
Till March Madness. That's around the same time for when it gets warm.
Yeah.
So just check on your friends, make sure everybody's doing okay. Mental health is a real thing. Seasonal depression is a real thing. So just keep on making everybody's days warmer because the days are really cold.
I love that. My one more thing is I wanted to, and I didn't tell you this, Kyle, but it's in the works. I want to announce some new merch. We are gonna have hats. We're gonna have hats.
Yeah.
Hats. I know. Yeah, you're a big hat guy now that you're bald.
I love hats.
We're gonna have hats soon. I don't know when. I don't know where. I don't know. Well, I do know where, but I don't know when. But hats are coming in 2026, so be on the lookout for that. I don't know if it's gonna be off season into the fall.
Can we have multiple hats? Can we get like a 2-inch-on-the-below over hat?
We could do that. I definitely want to do one with the Pix logo. So we'll do that, and then we could do.
I think we gotta work on some logos.
We could do some
for
work.
The little segments. Get official KBT's logo.
I don't know.
Official.
I don't know if anybody's gonna be rocking that.
I will. I'll rock it.
Oh
my back next year.
Yeah,
this year I should say.
We'll have to see.
We learn from our mistakes.
If I had to put a date on it, probably.
We're gonna win every week but one. You know.
Yeah, maybe. I think into the off season, so probably around like August, I'll make an announcement like before Kyle and I start streaming again, for like the preseason podcast shows for 2026. That's probably when I'll announce it, and then like week 1 we'll probably like have our orders out and whatever. But yeah, Kyle and I can go to the drawing board if you guys want. We'll definitely do the Pix Hats logo to start off with, but then if we get any other creative ideas and you guys want some additional merch, we'll definitely swing that. But I think that'll put a bow on the 2025 season. So we're not going to be back next Tuesday like we normally are.
I know.
We'll be back in probably 6 weeks or something like that. I would love to do another, post free agency, pre-draft podcast. So probably around the end of March, sometime around that.
Yeah.
We'll probably get together and do something fun, but that'll do it for us for 2025. It's been a hell of a year. Pix has gone. I mean, look, we got on Spotify this year. We've definitely seen some more traffic on YouTube, which is good during our live streams.
Yeah, we have
Spotify.
an extra 3 guests this year.
3 more guests to add to the list. Spotify's got to boost us, man. We got to do something
Yeah.
about Spotify. We got to get some more viewers on there. I don't know what we're getting buried in the algorithm, but yeah, I mean, it's been a great year.
Rate
I
and
mean,
subscribe.
Yes, right, correct.
We have 2 people rated as 5 stars. I know one of them was me, so
I didn't rate us. I wasn't the other one, so I refuse. But I love that, Kyle. Continue to sell out, please, for us.
Yeah.
But it's been a great year. I mean, it's a lot of work to put these together and work a 9 to 5 and be prepared every week. But I mean, Kyle and I would not be doing this if we didn't love it. So for all of you guys listening, thank you so much. And we'll be back in 2026, bigger and better than ever. And until then, take care and thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Peace out. See you next year.